Hey guys, it's Doc. Today we're going to talk to you about the PGF fertilizer, which should be available, I hope, on Amazon by the time I put this up. And I'm going to walk you through a bunch of different stuff about it, so hold on one sec. Hey guys, like I said, today is the video on PGF granular fertilizer. I'm going to pop in here real quick before I start this video just to clear up a couple things. I always make the assumption that people know the difference between super juice and a granular, but let's get this clear real quick. Number one, super juice is a dry mix that you add to water. You mix it up, you spray it on your lawn, and your lawn gets nutrients immediately. It starts working within hours. It doesn't rely on the weather. It doesn't rely on anything else. Again, any granular fertilizer that you use can benefit from super juice. Any type of grass, anywhere in the world, doesn't matter if it's cool season, warm season, will benefit from super juice. It contains macros, micros, sea kelp, and humic acid. It's designed as sort of a daily vitamin for your lawn. Understand that. Next, the PGF fertilizer. PGF is a granular fertilizer that is a chemical-based fertilizer that has 1608, has humic DG already inside of it, and has iron inside of it. It's a slow release with 2 forms of nitrogen. It's a very high quality fertilizer, which really is hard to find in your big box stores. So that's the difference between the two. Super juice is a supplement to your current granular program. Spray it on and use it and find those fertilizer windows. I talk about that a little later in the video. Your granular PGF granular is a granular product. So that's it. Let's get on with the video. Hey guys, sunscreen and hat. That means it's an outside work day today. I am going to take you a little bit later in this video. Yesterday I went out and put some PGF fertilizer on Barb's lawn. I'm going to show you that video. I'll show you me putting it out. But there's a couple things. This is going to be the more informational video about PGF fertilizer, how to incorporate it, what it is, and how to incorporate it into your lawn care program. So I hope you'll bear with me on this. First thing I want you to understand is, number one, make sure you subscribe. Tons of videos coming out. I'm shooting multiple videos a day now and storing them because I can't get to them all. Next, we have in the description down below, you're going to see a link to a page where I will put links to the PGF when it's available and updates and more information. Also, on our website, we have a subscription service. Remember, the subscription service isn't something that we sit there and email you or give your name away. It's just a notification system. So whenever I post a video, I always make up a new page on the website, and it'll notify you within 5 minutes that, hey, it'll send you an email that says Doc has posted a new post or video. So it's a good little thing to do. Just put your first name and email address. That's all you got to do. All right, let's talk about PGF fertilizer. First of all, I did a video not too long ago about the PGF, about fertilizers and daytime temperatures and when you should use what. The first rule that I want to get across to you is that this is not the time of year to be putting organic fertilizers. There's tons of research out there. There's tons of university extension offices studies about the ineffectiveness or lack of effectiveness of organic fertilizers this time of year. Now, this is the end of March. Soil temperatures are still low 50s. Do not put down organic fertilizers this time of year. I don't care what anyone tells you. Your microbial activity is probably at about 10 to 20%, not near 80, 90, or 100%. And it needs microbial activity to work. If it doesn't have microbial activity, an organic fertilizer will not perform, period. So, what are we doing? We're spraying super juice now. I'm spraying super juice once a week on my lawn. My lawn's the only green lawn in the whole neighborhood. Every other lawn is brown. So I'm spraying super juice. The majority, but my lawn is really healthy. The majority of people probably need a little bit more nitrogen, so we wanted to come out with a straight chemical fertilizer that was on a professional grade. The reason being is that if you go to your Lowe's, your Home Depots, you're going to find the number one SKU at those stores is going to be a weed and feed. And if so, everything is some kind of weed and feed, which is kind of the dumb man's fertilizer. So if you just try and find a straight fertilizer, there's really not a good selection there. And if you do find one, the granule size are huge, which gives you really poor distribution on your lawn. Remember, a piece of granular fertilizer just sits there and melts in one spot. And so you don't get a good coverage on your lawn. So I went to Anderson's, which is the biggest professional turf company in the world, just about. And they don't really deal direct to the consumer. They deal to the professional industry, and they deal to golf courses. And I went to them and said, hey, I want one of your fertilizers, or let's come up with a fertilizer that we can put on Amazon so I can get it easy and so everyone else can get it easy. And let me tell you the parameters. Number one, I want it in a smaller bag size. Why do I want it in a smaller bag size? Well, number one reason is Amazon fulfillment centers are horrible at shipping large bags. They break open. So you have to go to the smaller bags in this stuff. You don't have a choice. Trust me, I've been there and done that. So, but the smaller bags also, one bag will cover 5,000 square feet. So for me, I open 3 bags, I put it out, and I'm done. You don't have to worry about opening one, needing 1 1/4 bag and storing a big bag that turns into clumps. So the smaller bags are nice. You can store them up in your closet, store them up on the shelf. When you need it, cut it open, use it, and you use the whole bag. So it's a smaller 18-pound bag, covers 5,000 square feet. It's a 1608 fertilizer. It uses 2 forms of very high quality nitrogen, 2 separate forms of nitrogen, slow release nitrogen. It has humic DG already inside of it. So it already has the humic DG inside of it. It has iron inside of it. And the particle size is tiny. It's 150 SGN, which is very, very small particle size. And what the small particle size does is you're going to get 3 times the amount of particles per square foot than you would with those cheap store brand fertilizers. It's a lot more costly to make this stuff, trust me. So that's why we call it PGF. It's a professional grade fertilizer. The particle size is very small. It already has the humic DG already inside of it. It already has nitrogen inside of it. It has 2 forms of real quality nitrogen. So the average person needs to probably start putting out some PGF as well as the super juice. We start off with super juice because super juice is instant. It's not a slow release. It's an instant release. It's very mild. You look for those fertilizer windows where the sun comes out. I got 4 days of sun. Boom, I'm going to hit my lawn with super juice, and my lawn's getting nutrients that hour. It starts getting nutrients. As an example, I went out to Barb's lawn yesterday. We have 4 beautiful days of weather. I put out the granular. What benefit is her lawn getting from that granular? Nothing. It's not going to get anything until it rains 4 days from now. That's where the super juice really works well as a supplement. I can't stress that enough. Super juice, you spray it and your lawn gets immediate nutrients. It's a very, very mild formula. You can spray it every couple days if you want. You spray it out, spray it out, spray it out during those fertilizer windows when your granular is not feeding your lawn. Plus, super juice has sea kelp, it has humic acid, it has all kinds of macros, it has all kinds of micronutrients, it has iron inside of it. It's a great little multivitamin for your lawn. So you implement the super juice as a supplement to your whatever fertilizer you're using. I don't care if you're using Milorganite, if you're using some other brand of fertilizer, use the super juice as a supplement to it and you will see fantastic results. We're already getting pictures in from people showing the results after 3 or 4 weeks of super juice. My lawn, like I said, is the only lawn out in this whole neighborhood that has lots of green. My lawn's starting to get that golf course, that early golf course look to it because I'm putting super juice. So PGF, granular fertilizer. Will we start using organic fertilizers? Yes, but when will we use organic fertilizers? Organic fertilizers cannot burn your lawn because they don't contain nutrients. They have to be digested, then they release the nutrients. So when do we want to use organics? Summertime. When we start to get temperatures consistently in the 80s and we have real strong microbial action, we're adding carbon, we're adding amino acids, we're adding all kinds of good stuff to our lawn. So at that point, we're going to be dumping down organic fertilizer. But for now, in the spring, early spring and in the spring, we're going to put down the PGF granular and we're going to put down super juice. That's what we're going to do. Save your organics for the summertime. So I think that's pretty clear on the explanation. I've explained the bag size, why it has to come in the smaller bags, because Amazon cannot handle the 50-pound bags, period. So it's a smaller bag size, plus you don't have to worry about storing it. I can't tell you how many bags of fertilizer I've had to throw away because they turn into clumps and you can't do anything about it. It has a 1608 mix in it, NPK. It also has iron, and it has the humic DG already inside of it. And it's not a super strong. Remember, 16% nitrogen. You're putting down about half a pound of nitrogen per 1,000 square feet on your lawn when you use this fertilizer. And then you go ahead and put the super juice on top of it. You're going to have a fantastic lawn if you follow that. Get that out now. Then again, in the summertime, we'll switch over to the organic supplement with super juice. You can also use the PGF in the fall, and you can also use the PGF on any kind of lawn. Doesn't matter what it is. You can put it out on any kind of lawn. It'll work well. Super juice, definitely. Super juice, definitely any kind of lawn you can put it out. So again, there's going to be a link in the description down below. I'm going to put more information down on the page below. I'll put a link to the PGF page. Hopefully it should be, we're just waiting for it to click and show up on Amazon at this point. I'm just going to take you over. I'm going to show you the fertilizer. I'm going to show you what it looks like. I'm going to put it out on barbs. I use 2 different types of spreaders. I used the Scott's Elite spreader. I tried it with that just to figure out a settings on it, and I think I ended up at about a 4 on it. And then I went with the AgFab that I got, that new spreader. And again, it's about, if you have a single slot spreader, I would say it's about 1/4 of an inch is where you want to have that slot open. And that seems to put it out great, because Barb's lawn, the nice thing about Barb's lawn is exactly 5,000 square feet on that one area. So it's an easy way for me to calculate the application rate. But I went ahead and did her lawn yesterday. I'm standing here actually looking at her lawn. Again, it's going to be another beautiful day. It is going to be in the 70s, probably t-shirt weather. And her lawn is not getting any nutrients, because I'm a horrible person, because I didn't buy super juice and put super juice on her lawn. And that's what I'm doing. I'm leaving her. Our lawns are very similar now. They've had very similar treatments last year, and I'm going to show you the difference between her lawn and my lawn. Matter of fact, I may grab the camera and see if I can do that right now before we go to the actual footage. Okay, so this is always hard to see, but I want you to see. So I'm standing in Barb's front yard, and you can see Barb's is totally brown. And can you see mine in the background? Can you see how green that is? It's kind of hard to see, but you can see the difference between the two of them. All right, so there's my lawn. There's Barb's. My lawn. Barb's. My lawn. Barb's. Sometimes you can see it on the road. See how green mine is? See where hers turns a little bit brown? And this is not dye, by the way, just so you can see. This is how the new PGF comes, not in the bowl, but this is 18-pound bag of PGF fertilizer that'll treat 5,000 square feet. Of course, the granules on this are super, super small. That's the professional aspect of this. Plus, you also have humic acid already inside of this, the humic DG. So the humic DG from Anderson's is already in here, the black specks. Plus you have 2% iron in here. So it's a really, really good formula to use. Now this is great, especially along with the super juice. And what I'm doing is this year, my lawn is getting super juice only for the first 4 to 6 weeks. Barb's is getting nothing. And I've put both PGF and a store brand over on the World's Worst Bermuda Lawn to sort of do a comparison. So I've kind of abandoned Barb's for long enough, I think. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over there today and use her yard as sort of a testing tool for the application rates, because I know for a fact her front area is exactly 5,000 square feet, and then it's 5,400 square feet on the back, so it's a good way to test it. So today I'm just going to be doing 2 units. I use the Scott's Elite, and then my award winner, the AgFab. For the money, I think that's probably the best spreader a homeowner can get if you need a larger one, because it has the big pneumatic wheels on it. Really good product. There is a spreader video. So I did a spreader review video and showed the differences between these. So I've got mine set on 4. And you can see it's a pretty small opening. We'll see how that does. on the agrifab. Now agrifabs, each spreader will be a little bit differently based on how you set this up. But I've got this one set just right at 1/4 of an inch. We'll see if that's the right rate. Hey guys, so that's all done. Remember, on the AgFab and most of your single slot spreaders, I've found that having your slot opening at about 1/4 of an inch, regardless of the number, is about right. On the Scott's Elite, I started on about a 4 and I had to go up higher. You saw me do the zigzag because I had to put more of the fertilizer out. So I would say 4.5 or 5 if you have a Scott's Elite on it. But remember, if you have a weak lawn, you're going to want to put out both a granular and the super juice, both. The super juice just gives us a little boost. Look for those fertilizer windows. I keep saying that over and over, and I can't stress that enough. When your granular fertilizer is not working because there's no rain or for whatever reason, your super juice is. And I want to make sure I stress that. The super juice you can put on any type of lawn. It's a supplement that can be put out at any time. It's very, very mild. And it's just that little extra boost that your lawn needs. So that's it, guys. Remember, there's a link in the description down below for more information on the page. And that's about it. Talk to you later. Doc.